Guys, this is Abhishek Kumar. Welcome to my channel. Today, I would like to share some interview tips, interview question details that has been asked in Tata Power. I have came across so many interview, and I have experience of giving the interview of so many companies like Tata, Adani, Bajaj Electricals, Odisha Power Corporation and Generations Limited, Reliance Industries, Reliance Power, uh, ACB India Limited, Siemens, and all these things, ABB. Uh, so, so today I have given a thought. Why not to share all the interview questions details so that many aspirants who is going to face the interview for electrical company, you may just have a look at this video, like what kind of questions they ask, and you may focus on that type of questions which will help you to achieve your goals, or might you will get a positive response from your employer. So today I will share the Tata Power interview questions. What happened, firstly, that my interview got selected through naukri.com, and through consultant I just got a call for the Tata Power. So upon my acceptance, they have arranged telephonic round firstly to check my technical skills, technical knowledge. So I will tell you firstly the questions that has been asked on telephonic interview. Later on I have also faced the personal interview that I will share too. uh, so the first question they have asked is like, tell me about yourself. One of the important questions that tell me about yourself. You have to tell about yourself, like you have to describe starting from your name, introducing your family details, and about your studies, higher educations. Like if you have graduated, then you just mention BTech in electrical engineering from this college, and you can also mention your percentage marks that you have got. Apart from that, you also have to mention wherever you have worked for the company, and you also have to discuss about the major roles and responsibilities in your assignment. So based on that only they will ask the question, whereas they will also ask the questions which is mentioned in your resume or CV. So make sure that whatever you have mentioned in the CV is relevant with the job profile they are looking for, or the whatever the jobs you have mentioned, you should have at least knowledge or proper knowledge on that subject. Don't try to write so many expertise or so many skills if you don't know about that skills. So it's better to write the things whatever you know only, because you don't know how deep interviewer will go uh, to find out the depth of your knowledge. So that is the tell me about yourself. Now the next question they have started asking is like, since I belongs to electrical maintenance engineer, and my major responsibility is to maintain the generator, uh, motors, transformers, switchyards. So regarding all these uh, subjects, they have started asking the question. The first question, the second question was like generator protection. Tell me about the generator protections, like how many types of generator protections are there, what are the protections required. So I've started answering the question, like differential protection we use rotor earth, stator earth fault, overcurrent, under frequency, over frequency. So I have described in that, like voltage based protection and the current based protections. So I have discussed. I'm not going to tell you the more about the answers. I will only discuss about the questions and just overview of that questions. They have started like on which basis class A, class B, class C protection is divided. what are the protections, what happen if class A enunciation appears, what happens if class B protection acts in the generator. So a lot of sequence are there. If class A protection acts, class B protection acts, class C protection acts, you have to differentiate. I have already updated that video based upon that interview only, so that any power engineers, which is working on power plant and working on generator system might have a look on that type of protection. So they kept asking about the generator protection system, class A, class B, class C protections. Later on they have started question like SCADA. What is the full form of SCADA? Supervisory controlled and data acquisition system. uh, use of SCADA in transmission line. This was a telephonic round, so they have started randomly questions. After generator, they have started asking about the SCADA and uses of SCADA in transmission line. Like we used to communicate from one substation to different substation via this SCADA through the transmission lines. So they have started asking a question on that. Since they are testing the knowledge on transmission line, so they have asked what is distance protection. What is distance protection? So I have discussed like distance protection. Suppose we have a line length of, suppose 10 kilometer line length. So we divide this line into 4 zones: zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. Zone is like 80% of the total line length. Zone 2 is 100% of the total line length. Zone 3 is 120% of the line length, and Z4 is the, like, we protect the reverse, in reverse about 20% of the line length. And they have asked what is the timing. Like zone 1 is 0 millisecond, that is it acts as soon as the zone Z1 protection acts immediately. So there is no time delay in Z1 protection. Z2, based upon that we keep the settings Z2 and Z3. So they have asked like that, what is the timing of for this protection, how these how zones are divided. So they have tested the knowledge on this distance protection. And the relay that in our plant is being used in the distance protections, they have asked like we use Siemens relay, MICOM relay. So whatever the relay that is being used in your plant, so they have asked about that. Now they have entered in transformers. They have started asking like what is REF, what is REF protections, testing in transformers. They have asked testing, whatever the testing we done in transformer, like vector group testing, magnetizing current testing, ratio test, tan delta test. So as soon as I started tan delta, they asked what is tan delta, in what mode of tan delta testing, like GST mode and UST mode. They have asked. Now they have asked that suppose you have different values of tan delta, and based upon the value, how can you know about the insulation, whether it has deteriorated or not, based upon the values. If it is increasing trend or decreasing trend, how you will decide that this value is okay for this transformer or not. So they have asked this type of questions. Again they have started like CT PT testings, whatever the testing is being done for CT and PT. Then they have asked knee point, what is knee point testing, why there is written VK by 2 value, why we not check the knee point on VK voltage. So they have asked that type of questions. Same they have asked about the while parameters. of transformers, like whatever the testing we done, like DGA testing, BDV, uh, PPM values. So what are the acceptable limit for the PPM they have asked in your plant? So I have answered that questions. Normally 50 to 20 ppm water content is okay. What are the BD value? You can say 45 kV is okay. How many BD value you takes in your plant? So this type of questions they have started asking, like conservator. What is conservator? Why balloon is used inside conservator? Yeah, just to you just already know कि we have conservator. There's a breather, silica gel breather, you can say, where whenever the transformer loading increase or decrease, they either release the air or take the air from the atmosphere. So to avoid the direct contact between oil and atmospheric air in conservator, we used balloon inside the conservator, so that our ppm value maintained properly, to avoid the moisture inside the transformer oil. That's why we use air balloon. Now they have entered in motor, like they have started asking testing in motors. What do you know about the frame size of the motor? About greasing they have asked, the frequency of greasings and all these things they have settings in motors, like what is the settings of locked rotor in motor. They have asked overload setting of the motor. So in motor they have asked this type of questions. So after taking a brief uh, questions on motor, transformer, transmission lines, generators, they have asked something about safety. Safety is very much important. If you're going for a bigger company like Tata, Reliance, Adani, they focus on the safety. So how much aware about the safety is, that is they test the knowledge on your safety. If you are electrical engineer, so you have to very attentive, like you should know about the safety practices that is followed in the plant. If you're working on the voltage level higher than 6.6 kV, 450, any voltage, if you're working, you should be aware about the safety, like using of hand gloves, how does work permit system work. They have asked, like in your organization, the previous organization, how the work permit system works. Like I just define ki, whatever we plan first, any job I have to take, like PM, PDM, yeah, defects, all these things accordingly we take the plannings, we plan for the same, then we do the hazards identification, then we do risk assessment, next day permit we take, and then execute finally. So in that way we take the safety concern, like wherever the hazards we identify, and we take the precautionary measure to assess the risk, then only we execute our work. So in that way I have answered the questions. Then that technical team has congratulated me. Thank you for interview, that our HR team will contact you soon for the personal round and further. So I have got also selected for the personal round, and I have done the personal interview also, but this video length is more, so I will discuss our personal round interview question answers in the next video. Thank you for watching. If this is going to help you, please like and subscribe my channel so that I can share more and more, and press the bell icon so that you get the notification first on my videos. Thank you very much for the watching. Thank you for giving your time for me. Thank you.